Hey everyone, it is Tree, and today I'm going on a little field trip. So, at the Houston Toy Museum, there is a doll show that's happening today that's thrown by, I think, Northwest Houston Toy Collectibles or something of the sort. I got here an hour early just because I am really bad at parking, but I'm here and I'm just gonna be waiting in my car, maybe like peruse 19th Street. So this is in the area of Houston called the Heights. I think there's a vintage antique store next door, so maybe I'll check that out. I don't know whether they'll let me record inside the doll show, but I'm gonna try to show you as much as I can. I might have to do a voiceover, but I've been to the toy museum before. It's really cool. And I think admissions is $5 today, so I'm excited, and hopefully I'll be able to find something interesting to show you guys. So this is the inside of the Houston Toy Museum. There are so many merchandise items that you could buy, including this Rainbow Bright bag that is so cute. There's just so much to look at in this store. This is the gift shop area that precedes the main exhibit. A lot of little tchotchkes and pins and stickers that you could really feast your eyes on. Tons of Loungefly bags here, which were really wonderful to look at. If you move over, they actually have a lot of the Loyal Subject Rainbow Bright dolls and a lot of strawberry shortcake as well. So I got here about an hour early, so I'm just waiting around, killing time before the rope drops. And there's just a lot of trading cards, collectibles, blind boxes. And they have one section of the store that actually has some of the exhibits already out before you even head inside, and these are some of the apparel that they sell. I saw some strawberry shortcake in there, which I thought was really fun to look at as well. A lot of beautiful items to purchase in the gift shop. So this is the entrance to the main exhibit hall, and I am just trying to wait it out. We have, this is the exhibit that happens before you enter. So there's tons of things to look at. There's like a life-size doll, some superheroes. There's a Popple right there, which I think is really cool. Lots to look at just to kill time. There's an 18-inch Mattel Rainbow Bright that I was obsessed with. It's like new in box. It's so nice just to see Rainbow Bright displayed to the world. And this is the owner of the Houston Toy Museum. He dropped the rope 30 minutes early because we were so early. I was like one of the first 2 people there. Look at this. These are the gym dolls that were right at the beginning of the toy show, the doll show. I'm obsessed with how beautiful and bright the colors are. As we head upstairs, I just wanted to show you this mural. It has a Rainbow Bright and a orange blossom right on the walls of the Houston Toy Museum. So this is the main vendor section. There's like lots of tables. I love the Rainbow Bright blanket that's right there. Tons of toys, stuffed animals from Sesame Street. Obsessed with the sheets that he used to cover the tablecloth. Tons of puzzles, and look at this wall of stuffed animals. Little kids are just gonna love going to this toy show. I was most impressed by this table. It's like a 1980s themed section. There's like vintage strawberry shortcake. And look at that Snow White lunchbox. She had Care Bears and Popples. This vendor over here was just devoted to more traditional dolls. They have Disney dolls and Barbie as well. Just wanted to show you a quick tour of everything that's happening. Even at, rope drops, some of the vendors were already shopping at each other's booths, which I thought was really cute. There's a Ninja Turtle booth, and this booth right here caught my eye because it had a ton of My Little Ponies and strawberry shortcake at the same time. Definitely gonna have to check this one out a little bit later just because it has a lot of 1980s vintage stuff that really caught my eye. I love these play sets. This is more devoted to Disney dolls. If you wrap around the corner, they have some Cabbage Patch Kids, Monster High dolls that are loose, and Beanie Babies, traditional stuffed animals. And this is me looping back. I saw like an 18-inch Rainbow Bright. They have some Avatar stuff over here, Nightmare Before Christmas. I came back to my favorite booth because I was like, I am going to buy something from this booth, whether she wants it or not. She's gonna want it. So I was looking at this strawberry shortcake, but I think I had a lot of those dolls already. This lemon meringue rag doll caught my eye. She looks so cute, and of course I had to take a closer look at the Popples. And of course the Care Bear. That's my favorite Care Bear, by the way, the Care Bear cousin. They had a Lady Lovely Locks puzzle, jigsaw puzzle, that I thought was so cute. And the prices were really reasonable. It was like 10, 15 bucks for most of the items. This cupcake doll, I think, was like $25. And everything was so displayed in such a nice and welcoming way that it was really easy to browse. Some trolls. Oh my god, this Princess of Power Color Forms playset. I was obsessed with it. I just wasn't sure whether it was complete. It was like $25. I looked at this yellow Popple and I was on the verge of buying it. The colors were just so nice and sharp and bold. I ended up getting 2 things from her, and she was so sweet. She asked to see my collection and how I displayed it at home, but she focuses on 1980s collectibles, and took a while to check out because vendors, not all of them accept square, but she did, so that was super nice. I got a Care Bear and a rag doll from Strawberry Shortcake. Hopefully I can clean them up really nice and I'll show you guys. I, of course, came back to the My Little Ponies because I don't actually have any vintage My Little Ponies, and this rainbow one with the rainbow mane stood out to me. It was only $10. It looked like in decent condition. Like the mane looked really good. The tail could use some work, but I was really fascinated by it. And of course, I had to take a closer look at the gazebo. The condition was pretty fair. The gazebo looked really good. It looks way better than mine, because mine is currently a little bit yellow. And I saw this berry house as well that I wanted to take a closer look at. The furniture was so cute. I think I knocked some of this over when I was filming with my camera here. So apologies to that vendor. He was really nice about it. I asked him to move at one point because I wanted to take a look at some of the Rainbow Bright. Went back to look at some of the Cabbage Patch Kids and some of the Monster High dolls. I don't currently collect any of that, but I just thought it was nice to actually see for your eyes some of these things that you've been noticing online. I saw this mug look at how cute it looks. It has this total vintage vibe to it, and it reminded me of like 1984 Rainbow Bright. So I was like, should I get this? And in the corner of my eye, I saw a Shy Violet 9-inch doll. So I had to like pick it up. She's like missing some of her ribbons, but overall really good condition for this Shy Violet. I think she was $20. Yeah, $20. I kept looking at this wall of plush, but I wasn't really there to look at modern plushes, but I looked at some of these figures too, hoping to find some either like Rainbow Bright vintage figures like PVCs, but these were mainly an assortment of various other franchises. Tons of Care Bears, so if I ever wanted to collect, that would have been a great opportunity to look at some vintage Care Bear plushes. This is the actual display inside the Houston Museum. This is like the Rainbow Bright Strawberry Shortcake display. And look, there's a tickled pink and a berry house. And it's so big. I didn't realize how big a Strawberry Shortcake berry house was, but it's ginormous. They even have a little tiny cabinet where you keep the Strawberry Shortcake PVC figures. It's much smaller than I thought it would be. I love this placard. It describes Rainbow Bright and gives you a little bit of history on Rainbow Bright. And they have all the play sets really nicely displayed here. Love that. So I just finished with the doll show at the Houston Toy Museum, and I actually got some awesome stuff for really good prices. The admission fee was well worth it because I got to see a bunch of different booths. Everyone was super nice and enthusiastic. Each table kind of had their area of like expertise. There was like a dedicated like Ninja Turtles guy. There was a guy that actually had a lot of like little My Little Ponies and Strawberry Shortcake play sets, which is really cool. There was a whole corner with like Barbies galore. They even had people that were selling Pokemon cards, which was a little strange because it was a doll show. And on the first floor, there was a bunch of gym dolls, which I thought were fabulous. I spent majority of my time in the very corner because there was like a lady and her daughters that were dedicated to like 1980s collectibles, and I was in love. They had this cool She-Ra Color Forms play set. They had a bunch of Popples, which I just recently learned from my friend Jay and am now obsessed with. But let me show you some of the stuff that I got because I thought it was cool. So the first thing that really jumped out at me was this. This is a lemon meringue 1980s rag doll. And I got her for, you can even see it, $10. And she just needs a little bit of like TLC. And honestly, she'll be as good as new. I think she's so cute, and she's my favorite Strawberry Shortcake, y'all. So like, obsessed with her. Do we love her? We love her. I've never had a rag doll before, so this is my first Strawberry Shortcake rag doll. I don't know where to display her yet, but she's gonna get so much love. And so I got that from the 1980s lady. She was so nice. She asked to see some pictures of my collection, which, you know, I had it ready in my favorites. And then I got her. This is, I think, Gentle Heart Lamb. So I love the Care Bear cousins, probably even more than the Care Bears, and she was like my favorite, she or he. Don't want a gender stereotype, but I love this lamb because I think that the color is so nice and sweet. She has a couple of like stains on her, but I'm gonna clean her up really nice and she'll be right as rain. And I will proudly display her because this is my favorite Care Bear, even though she's a cousin. And then I picked up, oh, and what did she cost? $12. So like, I thought it was a good deal, especially because I think these are superficial stains. So once I get her cleaned up, she's gonna look so good. But yeah, Gentle Heart Lamb, I think. Girl, let's see what you say. Care Bear, 1984, Care Bear Cousin. That's all it says, $12. So I got lemon meringue, a Care Bear Cousin, and I saw this mug. $5 from a vendor that had a bunch of stuff, just miscellaneous stuff on Rainbow Bright sheets. $5 for this retro looking mug, and it totally gives me Rainbow Bright vibes. So I will totally be sipping on some hot beverages when I'm working on these videos in this amazing Rainbow Bright inspired mug. $5. And then the last thing that I got, I was like debating whether I should get this because I have no expertise in any of this, but I got this pony. I don't know her name whatsoever because My Little Pony is not my area of expertise, but I just love like the colors. I mean, I'm gonna have to condition her hair a little bit, but like the paint on her is pretty good. Like she looks really clean. She has a unicorn. She is a unicorn. I don't know her name. If anyone knows her name, please let me know and how to like spruce her up because I got her for $10. She's paid with Zelle. Most of the people took Zelle. The lady, 1980s lady, took a credit card on her Square, which is amazing. But I'm in love with everything that I got, y'all. And I can't wait to display everything. Lemon meringue just partying along with me. But thanks for joining me on my doll show tour. And I hope you had fun. Bye.